Hello everyone, I'm Rupert and let us talk about money. I am a senior financial consultant from Affinity Partners. Today, I will talk about the fundamentals of financial planning and budgeting. There are many ways of explaining this, and many advisors do a lot of drawings to explain this. But I will explain this in one picture. Let us start with budgeting first. Many advisors also have many variants of theory and explanation on this. For example, the 5:3:2 ratio, 4:3:1 ratio, or 4:1:2:1:2 ratio. I believe no right, no wrong. Many different advisors right, for different style. For me, different client, different ratio also. I believe in splitting your income into 4 pots. And all the pots has a range because I don't believe in one size fit all. Everyone has a different lifestyle, so definitely different amount. For the first pot, they are meant for your necessity. Things like your food and your bills. I suggest put around 20 to 40% of your income here. This is the most important pot as you need it to maintain your survival. For the second pot, they are meant for your leisure. I think it should be fair that your life is not only for working. You need some fun too. Be it as simple as online shopping, going to the movies, or even partying. I suggest you put about 10 to 30% of your income here for making yourself happy, or in Singapore's stressful context, right, is to keep yourself sane. For the third pot, they are meant for your retirement. One common mistake made by many is that they think they are too young or too early to start. But think about it. You are going to retire for 20 or more years if you are retired at 60 years old. So from now to 60, how many years do you have left to save up? If you are 40 and intend to retire at 60, means you are intend to save 20 years to prepare for 20 years of retirement. So if you need $3,000 every month for retirement, are you going to save $3,000 every month now? And this is if you don't take into consideration on inflation and interest earned from various tools. So it is always good to start early, so you don't need to commit to such big amount on the later stage. Make full use of your youth and compounding interest. I suggest you put about 20 to 40% of your income here. For the last pot, it is meant for your insurance. I suggest you put around 5 to 20% of income. So what is insurance? To make it easy to understand, insurance is this shelter that is covering all these pots. But what are you sheltering against? Frankly, in this world, almost anything also can be insured as long as you have the money. But for common folks, we are sheltering against these 4 common events. I will explain briefly now, but I will touch into their details in my future videos. Firstly, the most scary thing in Singapore. This is when you are in hospital. Hospital bills are known to be very expensive. That's why you need a hospital plan to take care of that. This is the most important policy for anyone and probably the hardest to get because anything that happened to you in terms of health, you will risk getting an exclusion or even decline in the underwriting. So I will always suggest to new parents, right? Please get this for your baby while they are healthy. Many things can happen during childhood. Secondly, for the event of critical illness like cancer, lung failure, or kidney failure. And total, there are 36 standard critical illness by LIA. And some insurers do add in some bonuses as well. One common misconception is that people think that they have hospital plan, they don't need this. But this is because, right, they don't know what is this for. The main purpose of this plan, right, is for replacing your income. So you can continue to pay for this 4 pot while you are resting without any work. Many things that this plan is only for paying hospital bills. Not exactly wrong, because you still need this, right, to pay for the co-payment and other treatments after your the post-hospitalization benefits of your hospital plans. However, don't forget, if you are really sick, right, you are unlikely able to work. No work equal no money, and no money equal no honey. Without income, how are you going to contribute to all these pots, especially on the necessity pot? This is when the money comes from. On top of that, right, most important is to help to pay for the hospital plan premiums. If no money to pay for that premiums, you will lose your hospital plan. And who will pay the bulk of your hospital bills after that? So they actually work hand in hand in this manner. Thirdly, is for your old age disability and accidents. Similarly to critical illness, they are meant for replacing your income. And the chances for disability is very high at old age, as high as 50%. And accidents can happen anytime. You might not even be caused by you. And one thing you might not be aware is that personal accident plan can also work together with a hospital plan. Lastly, for the event of death, I purposely use this icon because it shows the loved ones mourning. And that's exactly whom it is for. Death benefit is meant for them. You don't really benefit from it, except you have the peace of mind that they are provided by for their necessity and as a gift of love from you. Some might also want to contribute to their faith or any charity. Death is certain, no one is immortal. And back to budgeting, I can tell you that the later an individual start their financial planning, the higher the percentage for their necessity, retirement, and insurance pot. And this normally will eat into your leisure pot. And when the leisure pots drop, they have less fun. So more stress, they become unhappy. So if you want to happy, start early. Budgeting is often one thing that many consultants rarely look into details because they may not know how to help you or they don't know if you want their help or not. But I can tell you, if you just listen to your advice, you will be the one gaining. In my future videos, I will share on how you can save some money to cut down on your necessity pots too. In conclusion, as we progress in life, from in your mother's room to inside the wooden box, we plan differently at different life stages. Because at different stages, we have different needs. I will always help my client explore these needs to know exactly how much coverage they need and for what purpose. I don't believe in the rule of thumb like 5 times or 10 times of your annual income because the numbers must have a meaning and must be relevant to you. And meeting your consultant is never a one-time thing. It is a lifetime relationship. And if you have a good consultant, please treasure them. When they ask to meet you, don't miss it, especially on the annual reviews. Part of our jobs is to give you a recap or review of what we have done for you and the results so far. We are just like doctors. The doctors must make sure, you are fully recovered before they discharging you, If not, they will also see you every 6 months or 1 year for follow-ups. Same for us, but you are never discharged now because this thing is a lifelong thing. I also aware that agents also use this annual review to see you and forcefully sell you things, sometimes nonsense or duplicated coverage, without any benefits to you. But you must know this. This agent, is not really the good ones. That's why they do this kind of thing. So now you know what to do. If you have such an agent and wish to have a second opinion, always feel free to DM me in my IG. I will be glad to help you to have a look. I have seen my fair share of crazy planning by bad agents from my clients. I know how bad this can be. Okay? I hope today you learned about fundamentals of financial planning and why we need to do this. My next video will be talking about hospitalization policy in details. If you want to learn more, just subscribe to my channel or follow me in my IG so you don't miss out on any of this content that I will be sharing, which will definitely benefit you and your wallet. Okay? Goodbye.